Hey everyone. We live in this world that's all about speed, right? Faster, faster, faster. But what if the secret to actually connecting with people better was to slow down? Sounds kind of crazy, but we're about to unpack a whole way of thinking about communication that's hiding in plain sight, inside just one simple sentence. So here it is. This is the phrase that really got me thinking. A Sunday pace. My last weekend in slow English. Just listen to that for a second. Doesn't it just sound different? There's a certain rhythm, a kind of calm that feels like it's from another planet compared to our usual, chaotic day to day. And that's really the big question for today. What if that whole sentence is a kind of secret map? What if, by breaking it down, we can find a totally different way to communicate with each other? We're going to follow that map and uncover this powerful idea we're calling slow English. Okay, so what exactly is slow English? Well, before we can understand slow, I think we have to get real about how we usually operate. Let's talk about our default setting, our normal speed. You know what I'm talking about. We live life at what you could call a weekday pace. It's just relentless. It's the constant ping of emails. It's those one-word text messages just to sort out logistics. It's those back-to-back meetings where you're just trying to survive the agenda. Our conversations, they're not really conversations, are they? They're transactions. Just moving information from point A to point B as fast as humanly possible. And this right here, this really nails the difference. On one side, you've got the weekday rush. It's transactional, it's reactive, right? You get a big, complicated email from a coworker, and what do? You fire back a one-line answer just to get it out of your inbox. We've all done it. But then, look at the other side, a Sunday pace. This is about being relational. It's taking that extra second to actually read their question, to think about what they're really asking, and to respond in a way that's thoughtful. It's the huge shift from just being efficient to being intentional. All right, let's dig into this a little more. Let's deconstruct that idea of a Sunday pace. Forget communication for a second. What does Sunday itself feel like? I mean, the word Sunday, it just has a certain vibe, doesn't it? It's calm, it's reflective, there's no rush. It's that feeling of having enough space in your head to actually be present, to notice things, to really feel connected to the people around you. It's so much more than just a day of the week. It's a whole mindset. Okay, so here's the cool part. What if we could take that Sunday feeling and bring it into our conversations, not just on the weekend, but anytime? Let's see what that looks like in practice, the real art of slow communication. So when you take that Sunday pace and apply it to how you talk, you get slow English. And what does that mean? It means you're actually choosing your words, not just blurting out the first thing that pops into your head. It means you're listening mindfully, listening to actually understand where the other person is coming from, not just waiting for them to stop talking so you can make your point. And pauses. They're not awkward, they're purposeful. They give everyone a second to breathe and process. Suddenly, the goal isn't just to be fast, it's to be clear. And that's where you get a real, deep connection. Now let's be super clear about this. Slow English is not about talking like this. It's not about the speed of your voice. It's a whole philosophy. It's about putting conscious presence and real mutual understanding ahead of just jamming information back and forth as fast as possible. It really boils down to quality over quantity. Okay, I can hear what some of you are thinking. This sounds lovely, but I'm swamped. I do not have time for this. And I get that. I really do. But what if I told you that our obsession with speed is actually making things worse? That it's costing us a lot? Take a number like 70%. Now, this isn't from one specific study, but it represents a huge, well-documented problem. Think about it. A massive chunk of what we try to communicate every day gets lost or totally misunderstood. Why? Because we're distracted. We're moving too fast. That 70%, that's all the arguments, all the confusion, all the missed connections that happen because we're just rushing through our conversations. And this chart really just shows that trade-off visually. It's a simple idea, right? When we're communicating at a fast pace, what happens? Misunderstanding goes way up. But as we start to slow down, as we get more intentional, look what happens. The likelihood of genuine connection skyrockets. So what we're really doing is trading a little bit of what feels like efficiency for a huge win in actual, real understanding. All right, so we get the why, but what about the how? This is the best part. You don't need to go on some silent retreat for a week. You can literally start doing this in the very next conversation you have. It boils down to 3 super simple steps. Number 1, just pause. Seriously. Before you jump in with your reply, take one deep breath. That tiny little gap can change everything. Second, listen to understand, not just to reply. It's a huge mindset shift. And third, speak with intention. Before the words leave your mouth, just ask yourself, are these the words that are going to build the connection I want to build? So, I want to ask you something. And be honest with yourself. When was the last time you had a real Sunday conversation? You know, one that felt unhurried, where you felt truly present and connected? A conversation where you weren't secretly composing an email or thinking about your to-do list? It's so easy to forget, isn't it? In this mad dash to be efficient, we forget about the power of silence, the power of a pause. We think communication is all about the words we say, but maybe it's more about the space we create between the words, the space where understanding can actually happen. And maybe, just maybe, the most important thing we can do to connect with someone is to slow down, show up, and just listen.